Hit that shit, EDP. Hit that shit, EDP.
Alright, so we got a bit of a goofy, dumb video today, and that's mostly because anyone actually believes this is true. I know this is kind of making its rounds on the EDP subreddit, not to mention I saw a couple Twitter posts talking about this, and like I said, after a couple minutes of research, you realize this shit is completely fake, but it's like so fake, it's actually kind of hilarious, and I do want to talk about it, and that is apparently Edp445, the walking whale, our belly, whatever you guys want to call him, whatever his stage name is going to be, is apparently going to be boxing Jidion in a up-and-coming brand risk fight. Now, if you guys don't know what brand risk is, it's essentially Aiden Ross's boxing event where he takes, obviously brand risks, right? Like online personalities who are a bit edgy or, weird, and he gets them to box each other, right? That's literally the entire event. And a lot of people are saying that apparently EDP is set to fight Jidion at the up-and-coming one. I only ever found 2 posts talking about this, and nowhere on the actual brand risk promotional page do they actually talk about this whatsoever, and no one actually is even bringing this event up. But let's go over it anyways because it's funny. So this is one of the Twitter accounts that posted it saying Aiden Ross had DDG and Myron fighting at brand risk. And if you actually click on the image that they posted, I mean, it clearly seems like it's Photoshop, but apparently you have Sneeko and Fresh as the main card. Then the undercards are Myron versus DDG, Logan Paul versus Martin. You have Zinma versus Frank. You have Nikan versus Zerka, you have Oblivion versus Island Boy, you have EDP versus Jidion, and then you have Namir versus Osiris. Now, obviously, I think it's pretty funny how they're going to have 2 Predators on this card, one being Zerka, another one being EDP. I think that's pretty funny. But a dead giveaway that this is fake, if you guys couldn't tell already, is none of the influencers who are on these cards are actually promoting this whatsoever. You hear nothing from Zerka, you hear nothing from Logan Paul, right? Logan Paul is obviously a pretty big name. You think he'd be talking about it. Even though the Island Boys aren't very relevant, I even checked their page and they're not talking about it. I even went to the official brand risk promotional page on Twitter and they haven't announced anything, and you think that would be like the first thing they would pin is if they got a full card ready to go for the next event. But yeah, I think this is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the idea of EDP fighting Jidion. 2 people I dislike, obviously one I dislike more than the other, but 2 people I genuinely dislike fighting each other. I think that would be absolutely hilarious. And there's also some beef there. You obviously have Jidion, who named an entire creep catching segment on his channel called EDP Watch, and then also the botched sting operation that he did on EDP, so you can imagine EDP's pretty pissed off. But there's no way in hell EDP's ever getting in a boxing ring. Also, there's no way in hell they would ever let him. He has kidney failure. I think that's a big thing a lot of people forget is this, I think, is somewhat of a legit boxing event. To a certain extent, I think they do have some official referees and stuff and scorers. So I don't think they're going to let a guy who has stage 5 kidney failure into the boxing ring, right? Let alone a predator, right? But we're going to ignore that fact for the sake of the fact that he just has kidney failure and he's not going to be able to compete anyways. Even though it would be funny, and like I said, it would be extremely entertaining to watch EDP and Jidion go at it, even though I think EDP would last like 2 seconds. Not because I think Jidion's like that much better, right? Jidion, has put on some chunk in his days as well. But EDP is just so overweight that he's going to get exhausted after 5 seconds, right? And not to mention, he's not brave enough to go into a boxing ring, right? He's always talking shit about how if you pull up on him, he's going to pull out his gun or some shit, but that's never going to happen, let alone him putting on boxing mitts. I just thought it was funny how anyone thought this shit was actually real when you can easily take like 2 seconds of research to just look up any of these content creators and see that none of them are promoting it. But anyways, yeah, that's all I really want to talk about. Obviously, if you guys like this video, leave a like, subscribe. Also, if you guys want to join the Discord, the link will be in the description down below. And down there, you'll find my Twitch and my Twitter if you want to give your boy a follow. And as always, guys, I'll see you in the next YouTube video.